Oh, I forgot to record. Hmm. Let's just do a quick recall. So we were talking about goat, and goat, as I told you, goat is very bouncy and very quick. So that's why goat milk we avoid in Vata. And now we are talking about pitta. And pitta is, as you know, hot, little bit diarrhea, and little bit more intelligent, less patience. Main thing is that in the category, we need to avoid anything which is hot, which makes you little impatient or gives you continuous kicks. That type of food we need to avoid. And what is that type of food we are talking here? In fruits, avocado is good, berries are good, melons, mango, pears, sweet apple, oranges, pomegranate. So these are very good. In vegetables, sweet, bitter vegetables, asparagus, artichoke, broccoli, leafy greens, celery, mushrooms, peas, squash. These are good. But chilies, onions, mustard, too much. So these things you can avoid. ठीक है, Sandhya? ठीक है. So these things you can avoid. Yeah, but I stopped to tell, and then I noticed that it was not recording. So I was going to tell you that I came through a study that is in some Western country. I don't remember the name. They said that when you are when a pilot, there was a study they did that a pilot, if he has taken lots of garlic, so it can hamper their quickness. I was like, wow, what type of study they were doing. So in that airline, they said that our pilots before flying, so they should not take this kind of food, which makes their decision making little shaky. I was like, wow. So that was, this kind of things when you see and when you notice, you understand, oh my God. So uh, the same thing I was reading about um, juvenile, you understand juvenile? Juvenile is like child criminals, child criminals, like underage criminals, maybe because of circumstance or whatever. Like under 18 in India, we call juvenile. In Western countries, the English word juvenile. Under 18 crime. If you are a criminal and you are under 18, so you cannot be put in the court. Yeah, you cannot be tried under adult category. So your law will be different. You won't be under the prison. You will be sent to the child reform school. So in India, it is like that. Maybe in other countries, Europe is like that. Japan, I am not sure. Is same. You have a different law for under 18. You have, okay. That's a little bit bad also, because last year, I think you heard about a case that was in that happened in Delhi. So a girl was gang raped and then murdered, and murdered also very brutally. They just took out the intestines, and it was very badly they did to her. And there were 5 people, and 4 were hanged last year. The case is 6 years old. Only one person was scot free, not even went to the jail because he was under 18. And told these boys told that he was the main person who did everything bad. They just raped. They said that all of them raped, but to put a um, like a iron rod inside the girl and took out her intestines because it just burst. So that he was doing all the bad things and he was scot free. That is sometimes I feel that law also need to be, thinking about all those things. That he was just few days before 18, and because this is law, so you cannot do anything. The rest, all the four were hanged, finished now, they dead. But this boy is free. It's like I was like, oh wow. If a person is doing rape, how he's a minor. He should not be treated as a minor. But that's law. Yeah. So in juvenile homes, there was a study that they removed because these children were like aggressive, violent. Why? No idea. So what they did is they give them a food, sattvic food, and they could see the change in behavior. Right. So that's what I wanted to tell that. So vegetables are good. Only chilies and onions you have to be careful about. Then in grains, barley, wheat, rice is good. Millet, corn, quinoa, and rye. So they are a little bit, drying and warming. So in India or in any country, I suppose, you will see these days wheat, bread. So bad. Traditionally, we were not eating wheat like that, right? In our country, we will be eating wheat seasonal. There were seasons for every grain. In the winter time, we will be eating more barley because it's warming. We will be eating more corn. They're like a Mexican, yeah, food. So chapatis. So we will be using lots of grains all throughout the year, different variety, right? But these days, wheat, bread, and now they have made it like a GMO. And this wheat is like so that no insects do not eat it. They have modified this wheat so much that nobody can damage it, right? So this is a new thing for our tummies. This is not what our generations were eating. So that's why we have so much of wheat intolerance these days, gluten intolerance. Earlier, never had this, but we were not eating wheat like that also. And wheat, you will see yourself. Just check by yourself also. For few days, just stop wheat, okay, and see the change in you. Means bread is something like that you eat it and then you want more. You eat it and you want more. Next day you get up more hungry, right? Traditionally, in any country, I can say that nobody was eating wheat like that. Yeah, right. What is in Western countries? Hmm? Yeah, now traditionally it won't be like eating bread all the time, but maybe in this winter time when it's snowing and you don't have anything to eat, then probably yes, but not like all the time breads. Or you might be making something with a whole grain, pounding it and making it, right? But these days it's like you are treating the wheat first, making it more white, making it fluff, making it soft, so that the lacy thing is more, gluten is more. It's not like earlier days we will be how much wheat we will be cultivating. In Europe, if we talk about Europe, how was the condition? 6 months is in the ice, right? How much you will grow? Whatever you will grow, that much, and that will be sufficient for the tummy because you are eating fiber also, right? Not the complete white grain, which is too much makes you hungry, isn't it? So traditionally things were very different. Nowadays it's very different. Okay, our environments are changed, our atmosphere is changed, things have changed, and our food is changed, right? So that's why it's creating more problem these days. You will see so many people gluten intolerant nowadays. It's just because of that demand is increasing of wheat, increasing. How you will do? The soil is losing the fertility. There is no fertility in the soil, right? And then you have a fear of pesticides, and of course, the small organisms also need food. They will eat your food. So we want to put so many chemicals into it, pesticides, and fertilizers. So many things we are doing with the food. Okay, so wheat is okay for pitta people, but too much of corn, too much of yeah, that is the connection. Again, we find a connection that pitta people wheat is good, right? And that's why so many pitta people and that's why you are eating wheat, right? Yeah, we can find some connections with the old theories. So for pitta people, wheat is okay because wheat is very soothing. But nowadays, wheat is very different. Okay, so but corn and barley, this type of food is little bit warming and little bit drying. So not very good for pitta people. Okay, then let's talk about legumes. Black beans, chickpea, kidney beans, lentils, all are good because their digestion is good. Non-fermented soya products are okay, but tempo, miso, soya sauce is little less because they are hot. Okay, they are warming, they are hot, so you little less. In dairy products, all dairies are good except old cheese, which can become soury, acidic, sour cream, too much of yogurt, you can avoid. Then in spices, cooling spices like fresh basil, coriander, cumin, fennel, mint, saffron, so they are good. You can avoid mustard, pepper, salt, too much ginger. Fresh ginger, little bit okay, but dry ginger can be very strong. But in spices, for pitta people, spices, coriander, fennel, cardamom. So these are the spices which are cooling, calming. So these spices you can use, and the rest of spices also you can use, like cumin, though it is warming, but not very strong warming. So you can use, but these are cooling. These are 100% cooling. Okay. So these are the spices you can have. Now let's talk about kapha. How is kapha? Mhm. Yeah.
Should I take which now should I take the bar?
Yeah, this is a little bit yes, yes, yes. So in these type of cases, you have to use your mind, present situation, and presently which dosha is creating problem and what is the environment. If environment is cold, okay, so maybe little bit spice can be okay. But if it is already a hot weather, so then you can avoid. But if you see that your vata is creating more problem, you are very dry, you are very restless, you are not stable, right? You are lacking that. So maybe instead of going very hot, you can go for medium warming, just warm, not very hot, not very cold, because very cold will be a problem for your vata, very hot will be problem for your pitta. So you can stay in between, like the spices I told you, cumin, which is warming, which is not very hot, which is not very cold, turmeric, turmeric, black pepper, right? But yeah, hot chilies, right? Red chilies, this kind of things you can avoid. Very hot food, so that you can avoid. But you can always think about the present situation. Of course, your body type you have to keep in mind, but presently, what is the situation? How your body is reacting? How is your mental, do according to that. But yes, not over the board, not too much, because otherwise you will increase your dosha, which is your body type. Okay, you can take care, but not to make it bad. Okay, so in limit, but yes, you can do. Instead of going for this, you can go here, right? Just one step up. Okay, so the body is not that easy. It's a complicated, and everybody is a different person. So slight changes, you have to think about yourself. That's why I always say, don't go by the tables. Don't think about the tables. Forget about tables. Just keep in mind that this food is like this is like this, but don't go like, use your mind. Okay. Change the situations, use your mind. Okay. Okay, let's just stop this and